Hey everybody, it's Josh Young back with another video. It's time for another exam vlog. It's time for episode number 5. And today, the Core 4 maths paper. The paper that I have been dreading right from the start. The moment that I started doing Core 4, my brain was going absolutely nuts and it wasn't really ready for it. But it's happened, it's over now, and the incredible thing for my brain to think now is, that's it. I'm never going to do maths ever again. After all I have been through, trying so hard in GCSE to get an A, and really hours of endless work last year and this year to get this A level to work. To think that's it now, I'm never going to do maths ever again, is mind-blowing, actually. It's absolutely mind-blowing to think that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say really, because I've done maths all of my life, and kind of really now it has become the main subject for me at school, apart from music, obviously being a musician and everything. But maths was my highest graded subject from the very beginning, and I was rather good at it. This last year has been very difficult. Core 4 is really challenging for the best of us, really. Definitely for me, I struggled with it quite substantially, especially the amount of memory work you have to do for it. My memory is not the best, which is never good for exams. That's why I prefer coursework. But maths was always the one that was the best for me, and I took it at A level because of that. And it's been 2 years of really hard work, and it came down to an hour and a half this morning, which is a scary thought. It's always a scary thought when it comes down to an hour and a half's work. But there you go. That's how things are, I guess. So, how did it go? Well, considering the fact that I was looking for damage limitation, really, on this one, I knew I wasn't going to be amazing at it. There was going to be questions I couldn't answer, so it really was a question of damage limitation for me. I was sort of wanting to get an E. Even a low E would have been quite nice. If it was a high U, then I would take it and hope that the rest of them were okay. So, it was really a question of damage limitation. But the first 3 questions I actually did alright at, and actually, the day before the exam, yesterday, suddenly things started clicking. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm sort of giving up on this now. The day before my exam, things started to click into place. Binomial clicked into place, partial fractions clicked into place, there was bits of integration clicking into place. It was like, what is going on now? I was amazed. And, I mean, the thing was, it took me about half an hour to get through the first 3 questions, which has never happened before, because I was spending so long, because I knew that later on there was going to be questions I couldn't do, and I was sitting there really churning it out, 10 minutes per question. The first question took 15 minutes to do, because I was so slow and just making sure every step was right, because it had to be good today, it had to work for me. There was going to be questions I was not going to be able to do. It had to go well today, and my word, it did. It went well. I left the exam amazed. And what I done, I went to the exam and said to my maths teacher, who'd been teaching me Core 4, I'm really looking for damage limitation today. I just would like to get a high U, maybe a low E would be nice, but actually I might have a decent E grade, maybe even a high E. If I'm very lucky, I'll have a D. If I'm very lucky, I doubt it, I won't get my hopes up, but I could have a high E, which would mean that I would comfortably get a D in maths. I could even get a C. I definitely don't think I've got a U, I've got an E of some sort, which is incredible for me. I am absolutely astounded that that's actually happened. I mean, the paper was one of the easiest I've actually done for a while, which makes no sense. Because you look back at the M1 and the Core 3 vlogs that I did, they were fucking hard. Really hard. But today, taking it on even account, like putting everything side by side, and also understanding that I'm not as good at Core 3, Core 4 was probably one of the easier papers this year in the system, of course, because it is the most difficult paper of them all. It is still kind of the hardest, so a lot of people say it was easier than Core 3 this year. But if you put it into account, actually, Core 4 was one of the easier papers, which I thought was incredible, really. But yeah, I had a partial fractions question. It was a bit of a cheeky one, actually. It was asking you to find certain parts of it. The binomial was especially mean because it was asking you to find a and b of the answer. So it was like a plus bx plus an integer x squared, and you had to find these answers, and obviously you had to use the x squared value to find out if you had the right answer, but it was harder to do than that because you didn't have all the numbers you needed. So it was a very mean question, but I think I managed to get my head around it. I think a lot of it's going to be if and but, really. I'd like to say that I've got that high E, but I think a lot of it could come down to ifs and buts. I mean, at the end of the day, to get a grade of some sort at A level, you need 40%. Which is quite tricky. I mean, you think about it, 4 out of 10, 75 marks, that's pretty tricky, to say the least. I mean, if it was 70 marks, what we're talking here, 70 marks, so my brain is dead now, 4 sevens are 28, 30, you're looking at 30 out of 75 for 40% to get a grade, which is very, very tricky, to be fair. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today, guys, because I'm extremely exhausted and I'm only doing this quickly. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. It's a double episode on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I said this yesterday. The next two are a double header. It is part 6A and 6B. It might come out on Tuesday. It's more likely to come out on Wednesday. And then the grand finale will be out on Thursday, where I'm going to have a massive laugh about the hilarious things that can happen in an exam where somehow you can't laugh because you'll get disqualified. So there you go. Anyway, guys, that has been it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.